Good morning, it's Kale. I'm going to do a new section in Aquarius. I did finish the lower left-hand corner, so I thought I'd do some more today. Let me get things set up. Get some music going. Hopefully the dogs will stay relatively quiet. Switch my glasses. So like these are the computer glasses, so I can see the screen. But I for some reason I just don't like doing like close-up work, even though it has the close-up whatever capabilities. Don't like it. Okay, so I did a little switcheroo yesterday in the studio. I moved the desk kind of little L that's right here into like the closet area. It's not really a closet anymore since I took the doors off. It's mostly just like storage for my yarn. But I put it in there and I brought the drafting table over here because I can like fit my legs under it, because the way that the other desktop is, it's got these closet made little drawers, like wired shelving unit things underneath, and you can't like push your legs in, so it's uncomfortable. So I just switched them up, and I put the 4K monitor and my laptop over there. That's for gaming. And I got the PS5 over there that I never use. So I hear the little patter of little feet over there. So I'm gonna lift this up. Okay. Now, let me look at this section. So we've got a lot of course, confetti. There's some color blocking a little bit here. A little bit here. So there's some color blocking. It's, you know, but it is what it is, right? So since I'm doing like small little bits of color for this confetti stuff, I'm just using this little tray. I mean, I have this beautiful tray here, but I'll use that when I'm doing more of this color blocking stuff. I think what I'm going to do though, pull this down. Let's see if I can pull it down. Let's see if I can get more of it under the... So the light pad is like is over here. It's kind of going this way, but I have to literally pick up this whole canvas, and I've got drills and stuff on it. So I'm going to cover up this. Let's do that. Let's cover up this upper section so it doesn't get wrecked up. And we'll just kind of start, you know, like here, and this, or maybe here. Go this way. So of course the top of the canvas is that way. You can see her head, her face there. So the top is that way. So let's see what I can do and not drive myself crazy with these symbols, because there's just so many. Now the air, whatever is in the air lately in the last like few days, it's really been bothering me. So I'm going to hope that the medicine I just took kicks in, so that I can get rid of this little sinus headache that I have starting. Get rid of it, you know, before it blows up into some massive headache. So I just put some fresh wax on both ends. So it might like ooze out a bit already. Yeah. Okay, so let's see. So how am I going to do my pass? How am I going to scan my eyes? I guess I'll go like kind of this way and 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 this way. So I'm just going to go this way first. looking for this gear symbol. So I'm just going to go this way. That's going to be in the way. I hear somebody growling. I hope they go back to sleep so I can do this in peace for a bit and just chill out with the music. It'll help my headache. So this weekend, hubby, well, okay. So in our town, there was a rather well-known, I'll put it that way, I don't say famous, I don't know if it's famous, maybe just to the locals, but a well-known little diner that was downtown on one of the street corners on like Main Street. Yeah, we have a Main Street. It's very short, even though it's a relatively, you know, big city, like 350,000 people. So the little diner was there. I was there for a long time. Did like, you know, burgers, kind of American food, milkshakes. They had this area in the front of the restaurant where they sold like old time candy, because it was kind of like old style theme, like vintage. Well, for some reason, maybe because of the pandemic or whatever, it closed down, which is a real shame. It was kind of like an icon in the town, in the city. You can see what I'm doing, these little bits. Probably won't look like I do anything like this whole video because it's a brand new section. So anyway, so they closed the place down, and it was closed for quite a while, you know, maybe like a couple years. And then apparently somebody bought it, and then it was still kind of not open, just, you know, there. And I guess they decided they were going to start fixing it up. And they remade it into a seafood place. And so it was like a what's the word? Like a second restaurant for this one other restaurant that they have over in Dallas. So this was like their second one, because the first one's really quite successful. So they were like, oh, let's open another one. So they got this place, but we went in there, and because they had the sign on the front, it's like, now open. So we're like, oh, cool, let's go check it out, because we'd eaten at their Dallas place quite a few times, because my husband is like a crab fanatic. And we went in there, and I was like, wait, I mean, they have a sign on the front that says now open, but I went in there, I was like, wait, it's not really ready. So we sat down. Like in the other place, they have like wooden tables. So it kind of gives you, you know, kind of like that, a nice feel. And these were just plastic tables. And then they cover them with the paper because, of course, you're eating messy crab, seafood, and whatever. And it just looked off. And so I sat down, and it was also like very warm in there. Like the AC wasn't really working, or they just didn't, I don't know. It was just, my husband was like, is it hot in here? I'm like, yeah, it's warm in here. And who wants to eat when you're like, you know, dying of heat? So, sat down, placed our order. I got like a shrimp catfish combo. I didn't like the catfish. I didn't eat it. The shrimp was okay. Of course, I'm from Maryland, so I like the hush puppies. And they had fries. And I had a drink. That's it. A non-alcoholic drink. I just had Diet Coke. And, you know, hubby got the whole like crab thing with the corn. They sell it to you with like corn on the cob, I think potatoes and sausage and shrimp and the crab all kind of like cooked together. They throw it in a bag, um, like a plastic bag, and mix it all together and serve it to you in a bucket. It's really bizarre. And then of course all the tables have paper towel rolls and all that kind of stuff on there. It's really messy. And then they even brought him a pair of scissors for cutting. I was like, oh God. And so I started looking around. First of all, I didn't eat that much. I didn't eat the catfish. I just didn't like it. I just didn't taste good. Jewel, out. Little cat, go away. The old lady wants to come in here. It's like, no. She jumped up onto here. I looked over, I was like, get down. Like, what are you, crazy? She's not really allowed in here, but I have my door open so I can keep an ear out for the dogs. Out. 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 She's just looking at me. Cats are irritating. Come on, out. I have to literally stand up and like kick her out, please. I think that's it for that color on this first pass. So I started looking around this restaurant and I'm like, this place isn't ready. Like, the walls weren't all the way. They had a nice mural of New Orleans, of all places, on the wall. I'm like, okay, well, we're not in New Orleans. We're in Texas. So that was kind of dumb. Let me find these here. This is these like two squares together, 37.68. But the rest of the walls, like, they weren't painted, like they weren't done, right? So you could see, it's like, oh my God. You could see on the walls where from before, when that restaurant was the old kind of like vintage diner thing, where they had like gotten like, you know, splashes on the wall, you know, food splashes on the walls. The windows weren't clean. Okay, here goes the AC. And it was just dirt, like, it was just, to me, it was dirty. And so they had like where they were setting up their sink for, I don't know if it's not necessarily for dishwashing. I don't know, maybe it was. But anyways, you could see that sink and the plumbing underneath it and everything. And I'm like, they could at least like hide that. Like, you don't really want to see that anyways while you're eating. So I was not really happy about the fact that this guy, and he's Asian, opened this place up, you know, for just wanting to make money. And I understand him wanting to make money. He's got 2 restaurants, but the other restaurant, you know, is already successful. Why are you gonna give yourself such a rough start on this one here? Like, I found a gear. So yeah, so I wasn't particularly thrilled. So that was on Saturday. And actually later on that evening, I kind of had like heartburn, indigestion. I was like, ugh. And even my husband told me yesterday he thought he was just going to be physically ill because his stomach hurt. I was like, yeah, I don't think we're going back there. I think just the quality has gone down, because the one in Dallas is really actually not bad. So we were not impressed, and I told him, I was like, I'm never going back there. I'm just never going to eat there. So when we played Pokemon Go, we used to stop in there to the diner and like get a cup of coffee, or, you know, grab a burger or whatever, because they had like a patty melt, which was really, really good. So I missed the other place, and It's a shame that what is replacing it is just not as good. So hubby, did I miss going up this way? Maybe. So hubby was cooking yesterday, and we went to the grocery store in the morning, and he made what we call it a wrap. And I got a puppy on my leg. What? No, get down. Mommy's busy. Mommy's busy. Go lie down, Misty. I already fed you lunch. You don't need me right now. So he makes this thing that we call a wrap. I don't know what the technical, chef term is for it, but we call it a wrap. So normally we'll cook it outside on the grill, but it was kind of rainy yesterday, so we just did it inside in the oven. And actually it was him doing the cooking, because I'm not the chef in the house. I hate cooking. Like, I rarely cook unless I'm making something for him, because I just don't feel like it anymore. Too many years of cooking. So anyway, so in this wrap he's got, we bought some really nice sized scallops, not the little crappy ones out of the can that were in the Olive Garden scallop, whatever, Alfredo or whatever it was, but like decent sized ones, and some shrimp, and some like smoked sausage, and potatoes, and grilled onions. It was really, really good with, I think he puts like Old Bay seasoning in there. This AC, I'm gonna turn this music up so that I don't concentrate on the AC. Of course, it's summer here. So he made this fabulous dinner, and it was like we were looking at each other just going, you know what, this food that you made, this food right here in front of us is like 1,000 times better than the food that was in the restaurant. It was just amazing. And my husband is not a chef. He's not a professional chef. He's a heavy equipment mechanic, but he's a really good cook. And I was like, honey, I'd rather just stay home, have you cook this and eat this rather than going to that restaurant. It was so good. Yeah, so, who is that? Lily? I think it's Lily. Come lie down. Come lie down on the bed, baby. Lie down, big girl. It's nappy nappy. Nappy nappy for everybody, except for Mom. So later on this afternoon we have to take Lily and Evie for their yearly vet thing. Okay, there goes the AC. Now I can turn down the music. Their yearly vet thing. And then let me check the stream thing. Your stream quality is good. It's like, type in here. Check the chat thing. And I showed up. Thank God that's finally working. So, yeah, we're gonna take them and they're gonna get their nails trimmed. They really need them. We have all this hardwood flooring, and so when they run around, you hear click, 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 click. My hand keeps touching this glue. Okay, that might be it for, well, don't speak too soon, Kale. There's one there. There's one there. Oh my gosh, these little symbols are so small. And when you're looking at them all like this, they all kind of just blend together. Okay, let's see. Maybe that's it for the first pass. I'll just say that's it for the first pass. Because I'm going to try and do, you know, kind of like a first pass and then go through and do a second pass. And hopefully, ooh, on the second pass, that would be like it. Maybe I can get by with 2 passes. Okay, this goes here. Okay, so here we have the triangle with the dot in the center, which is this one, I think. 317. The other thing, the thing about this little tray is it's really flimsy. So when I was trying to finish that corner section, I hit it, and literally all these drills, they just like went flying out. I'm like, oh my gosh. This is like a gray green, this color. Look, there's one right there of that one. Oh my gosh. We're listening to this medieval music, which is pretty cool. I like Celtic music. Of course, this is just medieval, but I like Celtic, kind of, you know, from that area. Okay, come on, little triangles, where are you? Let's get that one, which was right at the beginning. I don't know how I missed it. Right there. Put the right lid on. I shouldn't leave the lid off. That's a really bad habit. What if something happened? What if I hit the table with my knee? It would all just go flying. It would be awful. I thought there would be more of this triangle, but apparently not. Because there have been other areas of the canvas where there was a lot of this color. I think sliding around. Come over this way. So this morning I did some cross stitch. I think I'm up to like 18,700 and something stitches. It's like 4.6 something. 4.67 maybe. Okay, I don't see this little triangle. Maybe what I'll do is, this is not like fulfilling. It's like not making me a happy camper. Let's think about it. Okay, let's do what? Maybe like little bits and bobs that I see. Like something that's, what is this? Something that's standing out. So right now that's this. Like standing out to my eye. Maybe like little mini blocks of color. Not really a block, but an area. Let me try and maybe that'll help speed things along. And I still have quite a bit of this project to do. And this weekend I did quite a bit of coloring. So I posted those on X Twitter. If you want to go take a look at them, you can follow me on there at Caileadair 10. 10 is my birthday. February 10th. Okay, I think that was it for those. Okay, so the next color I see is this, but I got to remember where the drills are in the trays for that color. Maybe over here. That's the 4. This has 5. Oh, yeah, 5. One, two, has 5. So I got to figure out how to put it. Where is it? There's the crosses. I wonder if this is the one that we looked for before in one of the previous streams where I was like, I'm not going to look for it right now because I can't see it. Here it is. It's $37.50. It's got these 5 circles. It's a dark blue green. Got a little green in it. The symbol that's on the canvas is in white, right? And the background color is actually, it looks more green than the blue that's in this drill. So when you go and you look at your labels, you're almost thinking, oh, I'm looking for like a greenish color because it looks green on the canvas. But it's not really, it's a blue green. That is one of the things that I wish that they were more accurate on with this company. I can't remember if I run into the same problem with the bubble flower project that's from the same company. I would have to like kind of stop and think about that for a bit. But I remember I almost gave up on this project because first of all, I can't get the drills to kind of like stay seated next to each other. They kind of move around, so you'll see this there's a little gapping. And no matter how hard I try, I cannot get them to stay together. I'm not sure what the reason is, but it's been that way from the beginning. So that's why when I'm putting these drills down now, I don't really super stress out about them being perfectly straight. If I did that, I would just stop doing it. But I don't want to do that because I spent a lot of money on this kit. And it'll be on the wall, and you won't be able to really see that. So I'm just not going to let myself worry about it. And that's one of the times that I can turn off my perfectionistic tendencies and OCD for that and just, you know, kind of ignore it. I'm still aware of it. I'm still aware that it's happening, but I'm not letting it bother me. Because otherwise I would just take the canvas and throw it in the trash. But I mean, like, do I really want to do that? Not really. First of all, I love the picture. And I would have to, in order to be able to do this picture, I would have to, how would I go about it? Probably order it from, what's it called? Evermoment? I don't know, that company that's in China. And I would have to buy all new canvas, and I would probably start with all new drills as well, and then have it shipped all the way here. And it's a fairly big canvas, and so it would probably cost a fortune, you know, a few $100s. And I've already spent, you know, in that vicinity. Well, this is maybe like 100, 130 with the shipping. So yeah, so I, you know, can't justify spending that kind of money just to not deal with this slight little gapping issue that's going on. Now there's another project that I want to do that I probably will slowly start. Aren't they all slow starts? I'll probably start after I'm done with this one. Even though I've still got Bubble Flower to complete. But I want to do, it's called Treasure Hunt. It's by Amy Stewart. And if you've seen my cross stitch, really? Come on, drill. If you've seen my cross stitch project for Once Upon a Fairy Tale, it's the same artist. She's an awesome artist. And it's just a different piece of art. But I've got the, my finger's sticking. I've got the poster of it. Actually, I've got several copies of it. My brother worked at a print shop and printed out different sizes for me. So I've got like 4 or 5 different size posters of that piece of art. And you can go to the Heaven and Earth Designs website and you can find it there. It's called Treasure Hunt. It's by Amy Stewart. So I want to do that one, not in cross stitch, because it's like, it says, what's the word? It says complicated and complex as this one, or Once Upon a Fairy Tale, and you know, I'm not going to do that in cross stitch. I mean, I doubt that I'll ever even finish the Once Upon a Fairy Tale. There's a gear right there. I might finish the first shelf. I don't know. It's a really big cross stitch project, and I'm only even doing like half stitch, so still. Shift position here. So yeah, so I want to do that one as a diamond painting because I think it would be really, really pretty. It's actually my favorite piece of art from her. I also have the poster of the Bubble Flower. It's in the bathroom. It's in a frame. This is a small poster. There's another gear right there. Oh my gosh. Okay, so let me just kind of go this way. Oh, there's another freaking gear. Oh my gosh. I turned off the water fountain. Not the water fountain. I keep calling it a water fountain. It's a waterfall. It's a waterfall humidifier. I have it turned off, but I think I'm going to turn it on. It's got a nice little sound. It shouldn't be irritating. Hold on. I'm trying to save my spider plant and give it more humidity. I don't know if I'm going to succeed. It's getting these like brown streaks on the leaves. There's another one. Oh my gosh. And I like the plant. It's one of my favorite indoor plants, but the most, recently I just can't get them to survive. They just start turning brown. I mean, and I water them once a week, and I don't do excessive watering. So I don't know what's going on, if there's something in the air here. These have 4 squares. I see more of those 2 squares. There's one there, and I think I saw one somewhere else, but that's for a second pass. Because seriously, yeah, there's one there. And one there. Right. I mean, there's just no way that you can do, like in cross stitch, where you're like, okay, I'm just going to do one square. It's a method I saw. I've seen, I don't know what they call it, but one lady calls it like Royal Rose, R-O-W-S, and she'll do like 1 square and then move to the next square. But there is no way that I'm doing that with diamond painting. That would require taking out the drills, dumping them, doing that square, and putting them back in. It would require that so many times, I would just stop working. I was like, no. So that's why I kind of do like a bigger section. So that if that symbol is there, I can do as many as I can in that area. Even if it takes me a couple of passes or I miss a few like I did with that other symbol, that's okay. It's not gonna, just keep going, but just doing 1 square at a time would just be awful. Okay, let's do this symbol. This 823. It's got the little footsies. And there's not a whole lot of that, I don't think. And seriously, like sometimes, like my eyes, I don't know if it happens to other people, to other diamond painters, but you're looking on the canvas and for some reason your eyes just stop seeing symbols. Like all you just see is just like a blend of whatever. You're like, reinterpret your brain. It's like, hello, I'm looking for symbols, shapes, forms. Not this whole overall just whoosh. And it happens without like any warning. Like all of a sudden you're looking and then all of a sudden you just don't see symbols. You just see like whatever, this mishmash of stuff. And then you realize it, like it hits you, it's like, I'm not seeing anything. Even though it's like right in front of me. I'm just like literally not seeing it the way it's actually there. So then you have to tell your brain to knock it off. It's like, knock it off. I want to be able to see the symbols. Like 40 minutes, that's not too bad. Okay, which I'm doing the feeties. There's the 5 right there. Why? 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 I'll have to come back to that. Just don't think about it. Just consider that one. That other one was the first pass. So the other thing I did this weekend was totally rip this nail right here. And so my thumb hurts dealing with that. I might put a band-aid over it so it doesn't snag on anything, because it's already ripped down so low. If it snagged anymore, I would probably scream when it happened. I would be like, ah, scream, ah. Ugh. Okay, I think that's all the feeties that I can see, like, in this first pass. This tray. Okay. Now, I did see, and this is funny, they have like the 2 feet and then they have the single foot. Like, okay. So I try to have all the body parts together. So I've got an eye, a face, like a body, a sad face, the 2 feet, the 1 foot. But for some reason, I don't see the waving hand. So where is the waving hand? It's in the other tray, but why isn't it with, there it is. So let's put, these are the airplanes. These are triangles. Triangles. Do I have triangles over here? Here's the hand. Let's put the lock. No, let's put the parentheses that I was just using over there. And then we're going to put the hand. Like this one is. This one like that. Okay. I do need to take the time to reorganize the symbols. Okay, we're gonna do the, oh, there's 2 feet. I'm gonna do the hand. Look, I missed some triangles. Okay, so obviously my eyes are not cooperating today. Fine. I just drop that in there. Okay. There's the AC. Yeah, I totally missed like quite a few of these. So today, sticking to my finger, today is the 22nd of the month. So it is the anniversary of my son's death. Which of course is an utterly depressing thought. So last month it was 2 years. So this is 2 years and a month. And it's still so hard. I just, like, it amazes me how hard it still is. It will never get easier. It just won't ever get easier. You know, just knowing like he's not alive. Let's put it this way, at least not here. He's, you know, on Earth, he's not alive. And I still think about how it all came about. You know, how did he become an addict? How did he become a drug addict? What led to that? You know, because obviously he was not a drug addict in elementary school or as a baby, you know. And I had already stopped doing, you know, smoking, whatever, and a long time ago. I wasn't, you know, doing drugs when I was pregnant with him. I was just not doing that. So, I mean, I was depressed. I was like, yeah. Well, that's when I was suffering from my depression. After many years, it went away. And, you know, he was a good child. He was a bright child. He was sunny. He was smiley. He didn't have a super bad temper or anything. He was very charming. He had that Pisces personality. He's quite emotional, quite sensitive. Loved cars and trains. You know, the Power Rangers, Star Wars. He was a big Star Wars fan. Big Star Wars fan. He wanted to be a Jedi. Very smart in school. Good grades. And then he hit adolescence. And, you know, made, I guess, the wrong friends. Don't we all do that at one point or another? Hung out with the wrong group, and they were doing drugs, and so they all were. And then it got bad for all of them. It was a group of about 4 or 5 guys, 4 or 5 kids. You know, they considered themselves best friends, but they were just bad for each other. Just let each other and encourage each other, or however it came about, whatever their conversations were. And I have no idea what convinced him to actually do it like the first time. I mean, did they dare him to do it? Was he curious? Did he do it to fit in? I don't know, and I don't think he knew. We did talk about it some, but I don't think he knew like why he did it the first time. Because the first time normally leads to another time. Unless you have like a really bad reaction to it. So let's say like you have your first beer, you know, and maybe you get like sick to your stomach or whatever, and you have like a bad experience with it. You may not do it again. Like you may be like, oh, I hate drinking, and may not even do it again until like you're an adult or whatever. I don't even know, like, if that was, you know, like what his first drug was. I don't think he told me. I know that alcohol was not his drug of choice. He wasn't that much of a drinker. He would do it if he didn't have anything else. But that wasn't really like his drug of choice. And then he just did it more and more. It's like it grabbed hold of him. He said he felt better. Oh God, there's a dog walking by the house. Let's see if Lily notices it and starts barking. Let me see, is she in here? Maybe she's in here. No, I think they're all right on the couch. So I don't know why he got into it so much, other than I remember him one time during one of the episodes telling me that it just made him feel good and able to handle the world, like deal with life. And I kind of recall, I think my daughter said the same thing. But of course, that's what drugs do. They make you feel good. But the thing about it is that, you know, it wears off. And then what? Then you're still facing life again. So the addict just goes back and does it again. And they just repeat that cycle over and over and over until they either die or they stop. And he was, it was weird. It's like he came to hate it. He hated the lifestyle. He hated himself. He hated who he became. He hated the roller coaster of his life, where he would be successful for a bit and then start using again, and everything would fall apart. And I mean everything would fall apart. He could be like having his own apartment and then end up homeless. Like, it just went like that extreme. And he just came to hate that he just kept ruining his life. And he knew he was. He knew that he had to stop doing drugs. And he knew that that he couldn't do it. He just literally could not do it. I'm going to do a couple of these right here. There's a little group. You know, and it must be like its own version of torture to physically be addicted to something that you hate, because you know that it's going to destroy you. It's going to destroy your life. It's going to destroy your relationships with your family, with your loved ones, with your friends. Because you're willing to do anything to do that drug. Lie, cheat, steal. No, it's so sad to see that your child hated himself. He did. He hated himself. He cried about it. He sobbed about it. He pleaded for help, and we tried. And he tried. He just couldn't do it. So awful. Yeah, it's awful. You can see it still gets to me. It's like, oh, just can't deal with it. You know, but you keep living and you go day to day and you're just like, oh, so painful. I was watching this video of a lady who lost her daughter and her ex-boyfriend. ex-boyfriend grabbed had the little girl, I guess for visitation or whatever, took her out and had fun with her, showed the mom videos of the little girl having fun and eating ice cream and stuff like that. And she had told the guy, several weeks before that weekend that she had a new boyfriend and she just didn't want to be with him, and but she wanted him to be happy. I'm trying to find the circle with the line. She wanted him to be happy and have a good life, but he didn't like that apparently. So when he was coming home from that weekend with his and her daughter, he deliberately veered into a truck and killed the daughter and himself. So this lady, I guess a year has passed, and she was doing a video about it, and you could just see the pain. And of course she was crying. I don't want to make a crying video because that's just too depressing. But I don't fault her for doing it. I don't look good when I cry. It wouldn't be pretty. But you could just see that pain of the parent that lost a child. And I don't know how old her daughter was. I mean, she was still in a car seat, so I'm assuming fairly young. Not a newborn, but fairly young. And you could just see that pain. And I could just resonate because I'm like, yeah, because I still feel that same level of intense pain all the time. Now, it may not be like out in the public, visible where you can see it, and I may not be expressing it, but I feel it all the time. But I know that if I don't keep it under at least somewhat control or under wraps or, set aside and hidden away, that it would just overwhelm me. And she was, at the end of her video, she was like, I'm going to try and be successful and, maybe be a mother again. And I made a promise to my daughter that I would not, just fall apart and not have a good life. So I understand that. My son would be the first ones. I mean, he'd be like, Mom. I can hear his voice, Mom. Do your thing. Be happy. So that's what I'm trying to do with these videos and life and RV, camping. I mean, I still wish I was closer with my daughter and my granddaughter, but apparently that's not going to happen. And I have to deal with that as well. And I'm kind of skipping around here on the squares. I shouldn't do that, right? That's how I miss them. I miss little symbols. I miss my son. I also miss the person he could have been had he not been a drug addict. What would that timeline have looked like? Probably totally different. Well, maybe some things still the same, but different. Little puppy, go lie down. Go lie down. No, you're not sitting on Mommy's lap. Mommy's busy. We probably would have spent more time together. Hung out, like holidays and things like that. He would have been producing music and sharing it with me. And I would have shared my, you know, hobbies with him. Talking. You know, sharing our lives. You know, see my granddaughter grow up. Stuff like that just doesn't happen now. You know, of course, ever since the move thing, my older brother basically decided that doesn't want to talk to me, or he's not ready to talk to me. So he's kind of out of the picture, I guess. And that's sad. It's not something I wanted. So yeah, family communication just hit the deck and just down for the count for the foreseeable future. And that's with all the kids. All the kids, my daughter, I mean, my grandchild, it's like, it's just gone. I mean, every once in a while I hear from my schizophrenic brother, but his emails aren't, like, make any sense. So yeah, so it's like, what am I supposed to do? Life takes some really strange twists and turns. Not anything that you plan for. This puppy at my feet is gonna, like, let me see. Let me grab her. Come and lie down on the bed. Lie down. Lie down. You already ate lunch. You don't need anything. Lie down. Sleepy, sleepy. Yeah, you know, life just takes these weird twists and turns, and you never know how it's going to end up. So you get older, right? Because obviously I'm not young. You get older and your life is not like what you even imagined it was going to be like when you were young. So you're like, what the hey is going on here? Because it's just not what you expected. And my husband's going through the same thing. He's like, I thought it was going to be totally different. That the girls would be, you know, coming over and we'd be hanging out and doing barbecues and stuff like that. I'm like, that's all gone. Like, for both of us, it's gone. Like, we'll never have that again. It's gone. I saw there's one right there, a hand. Where I put the hand? Yeah. And there's other, you know, folks in our same situation that are my age and their children are just out of the picture. We're not the only ones. I've seen some videos and whatever, people talking about it. So you know, I'm not going to be like whiny about it or anything. It's just the way it is. And it almost makes it more tolerable that other people are going through too, so you don't feel so alone in that happening in your life, that your children just like abandon you for whatever reason. Look, this one here, where is it? I saw it. Where'd it go? You know, and the thing is, like, I thought I saw it. Oh, there, right there. It's a little piece of toast. I think it's a piece of toast. I don't know. That's what it looks like. To me, it looks like a piece of bread. You know, the thing is that there's no, I mean, I'm not really angry at my daughter or my daughters, with, you know, including my husband's. I mean, I kind of am, and I'm kind of not. Because at some point you're like, what's the point of being mad? There's some feetsies. What's the point of being angry about it? Because you can't live your life angry. And, you know, where the feetsies go right here. I miss some feeties. Get in there. Get in there. Yeah, I'm not gonna be mad about it, but it is sad. It is makes me sad. So, yeah, it's just the way it is. Okay, this is the bread. Did I have any more bread? It's gonna be like a medium green. Let's go in the green section here. There's one there. Let me get some of these. There's one there. So I have a lot of sadness. That's a shame, you know. Because you're sitting there going, why does life have to be sad? You know, it shouldn't be sad. Especially not at the end of your life, where you've done a lot of the things that you wanted to do, and you've, you know, purchased whatever, like, physical things. Like, you've got your home and a car. Like, my car is paid off. You know, you're not, like, struggling the same way financially, for the most part, if you're lucky, that you did when you were, you know, in your teens and 20s and whatever. You know, you kind of, like, reach where you want to be in life. And then to have just all this sadness all the time, it's just like, seriously? And so, yeah, that part pisses me off. And I think I'm entitled to be angry about that. And I think my spouse feels the same way. It's like you get to this point of your life, and then, like, it just kicks you in the teeth. Other people kick you in the teeth, and you're just like, what the hey? Like, I deserve that. And so you're, like, pissed off about that. But you're also sad because those people aren't in your life anymore. It's a shame, you know. You know, if I could have stopped my son's drug use, I would have done it in a heartbeat, because of how I saw him suffer, and how I suffered, and everybody around him suffered. And we all suffered. It was awful. The phone calls, the worrying, talking to his dad. Have you seen him? I'm like, nope. Have you heard from him? Nope. Do you know where he's at? Nope. Worrying if he's homeless. Worrying if he's hungry. Worrying if he's in jail. Which one time he was in jail. You know, I never thought a child of mine would be in jail. I'm like a goody two-shoes for the most part. Especially once I got over my little rebellious high school phase. And it was just, you know, just torment. The anxiety levels were off the chart. I didn't even know what anxiety was until my son became a drug addict. Because I'm not that kind of person. But his drug use made me so nervous all the time. I'm surprised I didn't, you know, just like end it. Like, although I did have a couple of breakdowns. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna end up in the freaking hospital. Man, it's just so stressful. But yeah, you know, life is not always easy, and I know other people have it worse. Bad things happen to good people, and it's a shame. I wish the world was not like that. I really do. I wish that the world was not like that. Good people shouldn't have bad things happen to them. Not really. You know, and people are like, well, you know, that's a way to grow and whatever. It's like, yeah, but, you know, I don't really want to grow if my son has to die for me to grow. You know, that's kind of silly. Well, I went into like a heavy conversation topic, right? That usually happens on the 22nd. Maybe I should like not stream on the 22nd of the month. And start talking about my son. I think after I'm done doing this, I'll play some Caileadair. I was going to stream it, but I'm still kind of grinding. I'm grinding right now the hunting so that I can get hunting to level 9 so that I can get the exceptional bow, or the excellent bow, or whatever the heck they call it, exquisite bow. And then I will work on, I think, maybe the fishing rod. I'm trying to get all those tools up to that level. Okay, I probably can do the garden ones fairly quickly since I'm already level 10 in gardening. I'm doing a bunch of gardening to make money. Yeah, I don't know. I know there's some kind of formula that they use for your leveling up or whatever. I don't know what it is. Not really interested in finding out, but I do want to get them all up to those levels. And then I can go back to trying the stupid Temple of the Gales quest and see if I can get that one done. I'm not a fan of the glider, like tricky gliding. I'm not a fan of that. It's not what I really want to do in the game. But I think I have to do that to progress the story, I think. I think it's like a main quest. It's dumb. Like if my husband was a gamer, and he's not, but if he was a gamer, I'd be like, honey, can you do this for me? And have him do the quest. It's like, can you use the glider and just glide around here and go and find these things or whatever that I'm supposed to be doing? I don't know. I don't even know. Oop, I don't even know what's down there. Oh, little box. I don't even know like what the whole quest entails, but I know it's gliding around that area. Those sky islands. But yeah, if he was a gamer and knew how to do it, but I'm better with the controller than he is, and that's saying a lot, right? It's like, I am better than he is. Let me see if I can scoot this. Can I scoot it down like that? There we go. Just scooted the table down. Okay, any more eyes? I'm doing a letter I. Yes, I see some. Over here somewhere. I just saw them. Here, one there. So I'll probably do that. It's cloudy, it's gloomy. I've been up since 4. I did my cross stitch. Now I'm doing my diamond painting. I want to do like a little bit, every day, so I'm like making some sort of progress on these big projects. Because if I don't do them every day, I'll never finish. I mean, what I probably should do is put on something like like Lord of the Rings, like put on like the Fellowship of the Rings, and while that whole entire movie is playing, do diamond painting on this and really, really hit it hard. Probably kill my eyes, but it's something that would, like, I would make progress. Okay, I think that's it for the eyes that I can see off the bat. So every time I start a new section and like start doing like these colors, it never looks like there's really any progress made, because you're like, where's this going over here? So you're like, how long have they been going? An hour and 15 minutes, 16 minutes, and that's what I managed to do in that amount of time. It's like, yeah, that doesn't look like a whole heck of a lot, but that's kind of the way that it goes, because there's so many colors, different colors in just one square. So here, let me just start this one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. There's like 29, says, let's say 29, 30 symbols just in this one square. So from here to here to here to here, there's 30 different colors. So that's 30 times of finding the color, opening it up, taking out the drills, putting the drills back in, putting the top on, putting the color back, and then doing that, repeating that, just to do 30 times, just to do this one square. So that's why I normally don't tend to go square by square, because it would just drive me crazy. So I can see like this car symbol right here. This is a car. So if I know where the car is, it's in transportation. Here's the car, right? 161. So I would take this color and just do all of these cars that I see. Like, especially there's like one here. There's probably a couple like scattered around here, but mostly they're in here, here, yeah, like right up in here. Like I would just do all of these, and then that way I would feel like I was making like some sort of progress. But for the most part, this picture is just confetti for the most part. There's little chunks like this throughout. You know, there's some here. There's one big one here. This one here. There's this one here. This is the little box symbol. This little one here. Here's the martini glass. There's a big one here. So like this section, you know, there's some sections here where it won't be so bad, but up here, like here's the little Pac-Man symbol. Up in here, this is all confetti. This upper area here. And this here is some here, confetti, confetti. Yeah, so that's why it just takes so long. It's just the way it is. So that's fine. I was the one who chose to do it, so I have to deal with it. And you know, I think the idea of putting on the Lord of the Rings movie is an awesome idea, because I love Lord of the Rings, and so I just watch them. I could do, what do they say, the extended edition, say they're all 3 hours, let's just say that's 9 hours. So in 9 hours, can I finish this section? I don't know. but I could try. So I'm going to go ahead and cover this. And then what I'm going to do is just plant my butt out in the living room and see what's going on in the news real quick, because you know the whole thing with Biden and the Democratic Party and the U.S. government and who's running what, and these people trying to pull the wool over everybody's eyes like we're stupid. It's just astonishing. And I'm really literally ashamed of our country, like our government, not our country, but our government and our politicians, just lying. And it's just, I hate people that lie. It's like, at least tell the truth, you know? Like, why can't they just tell the truth? Why does all that have to happen? Like, you can just literally just come out and say, you know what, I'm not in good health, I need to step down. You know, Hoochie Coochie's going to be the VP and we'll just roll on, and everybody just has to deal with it. But all the lying over the last few years, and now it's just a cluster. So, you know, a lot of people are pissed. We're sick of being lied to. Hollywood's doing it. The gaming industry's doing it. You know, the government's doing it. And it's just like you get to the point in time where you're just like, I'm fed up. I'm tired of it. Like, I just won't tolerate it, you know. So we'll have to see what happens in the next few months. And of course, the election's in November, so that shit's happening like right before the holidays, when you're supposed to be of good cheer. And you're like, are we gonna have a government or a you know, world conflict or whatever, right? Like, you don't know what's gonna happen, but then you're supposed to be like, happy holidays. Oh my gosh. Oh, and Thanksgiving. And of course, Thanksgiving's in November. So you're supposed to be like grateful. Oh, everything's wonderful and hunky-dory and thank you. And I'm full of gratitude. Like the country's falling apart around you. And, you know, it's a clown world. So enjoy the day. I'm going to go do my thing. I'm going to go play some Palia. And just get set up in the living room, just like cuddle up, maybe get like a little blankie. Just get a blankie and just my Steam Deck and just, yeah, light a candle. light a candle for world peace. Yeah, life is strange. Anyhow, thank you for supporting my channel. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel. You can also subscribe to my gaming channel. It's called Gaming with Kale, and that's a load of fun to watch me boomer my way through games and bitch and moan about gameplay mechanics and developers and stuff like that. But it's fun. So I will see you next time. I will do probably a coloring stream, because I'm also like really in the coloring mode, and I actually may bring out one of my coloring books out into the living room and do a little bit more coloring. So I'll see you next time. Enjoy the day. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to the world. And I'm going to go be kind to my puppies. I'm going to be kind to myself. I'm going to be kind to myself and just go indulge in some gameplay. And I'll see you next time.